And let's turn to Bob's book, Rage in the Pandemic. Bob has shared new, previously unreleased audio with Washington Week.
Well, so what grade do you give yourself on the virus for the last 6-7 months?
Other than the public relations, which is impossible because it's a fake media, fake. They're fake. I know you just. Well, I think
yeah,
you
do.
agree,
But
yeah. Other than the fact that I have been unable to.
So what's the grade, sir?
On treating us fairly, I give ourselves an A. But the grade is incomplete, and I'll tell you why. If we come up with the vaccines and therapeutics, then I give myself an A+.
Bob, take us inside that exchange and how it connects to this week in this moment in America, a president confronting crisis yet giving himself an A+. What does that mean for the country and the election?
Well, this was a conversation I had with him July 19th, so this is 2 months ago, and this was a moment. I mean, look at the chart. There were almost 4 million virus cases in the country. At that point, astonishingly, 142,000 people, our citizens in this country, had died of coronavirus. And he's giving himself an A or an A+. Look at the record on this, which I've put together in my book. Go back to January 28th. Let me set the scene there. In the Oval Office, a top secret meeting between the president and his national security advisors, and his national security advisor, Robert O'Brien, after they received a briefing from the intelligence community. He says, Mr. President, this virus will be the biggest threat, the biggest national security threat to your presidency. His deputy, Matt Pottinger, steps in. Pottinger had been a Wall Street Journal reporter in China for 7 years, compiled a very good record, knew Chinese doctors, covered the 2003 SARS epidemic, and knew that the Chinese lied. Pottinger had sources inside China. We know, as journalists, having a key informed source can be all the difference in the world, and laid it out to the president. When I learned about this in May, I realized that he was not telling the American people the truth about this. As he told me, he was playing it down. It is a tragedy for the country, for Trump personally, for the Republican Party.
Let's pause there because you used a word that's so critical, truth. Margaret, you interviewed National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien in that same period in February on Face the Nation. He told the nation not to panic on your program. How is truth going to matter in the coming weeks as there's a culture war in the Supreme Court and a pandemic that continues to ravage America?
Well, you have to believe that truth and facts still do matter. Robert O'Brien on February 2nd did come out and say really no reason for people to think there was a threat to them here in the United States, downplaying it, obviously in stark contrast to what Bob just sketched out there as to what he was saying in private, because they saw the potential for where this was going, and they knew what was happening in China could replicate here. I think one of the things that, to the degree we can ever get past the tension of this election and really analyze the number of intelligence mistakes, of health policy mistakes, of decisions that should have been carried out, it is going to be critical for that next time. That idea that the entire month of February was wasted, the president dismisses that, saying, no, we were ordering masks. No, we were asking pharmaceutical companies to start making vaccines. But one critical bit of information that they did not have was exactly where the virus was in America at that time when the public was being reassured that it wasn't a threat to them. Yes, travel from China had been shut off. Did they actually know that the entire East Coast was getting seeded with infections coming in through Europe because China was still allowing that transit point, so it was spreading to the rest of the world? I mean, these are the kind of fact-finding missions that are so critical and will be key after this election as well, if it's a Trump or Biden administration, to sort through. That's what worries me.